Hi, I'm Stu Phillips, a search dog instructor, and I'm also the host of the new Canine Live Talk. And it's because of Canine Live Talk that I'm doing this video today. I've received lots of emails and messages through Instagram and Facebook, Twitter and YouTube asking me about the methods that I use for training my search dogs. And the video that you're going to see is of Boris. Boris is a 7-month-old Spaniel. He's a cocker crossed with a Springer. For the past few weeks, he's just been retrieving. So we've tested him and we've used a whole host of items for him to retrieve. Kongs, tennis balls, tuggies and other items. But his preference is the Kong. So for the next few exercises you'll see we're going to use a Kong. And what we want him to do is we want him to start using his nose now and focus less on using his eyes. So he won't know where the Kong has been placed, and it's his job to use his nose without any help from myself. He's got the searching area using his nose to find the Kong. It's a whole Kong, nothing else, just a Kong. We don't want him to indicate. We haven't trained him to indicate. All we want him to do is to focus on using his nose to search, find his Kong. It will be accessible for him to get at, and then he can bring it back to us. And so this is the, if you like, the second stage of his training after the first retrieval stage. So as you can see from the first part of what we've done this morning, it's just a game, big game, lots of fun retrieving the Kong. I've been holding him, throwing the Kong, he's been going and getting it. It's all been very visual, but what I've also been doing, as you've probably seen, I've been throwing the Kong and holding him back. And that's to see how much he wants the Kong. And he's got quite a desire to chase the Kong once I've thrown it. I'm struggling to hold him still. He's sort of fighting me to get away and get after that Kong, which is a good sign at this stage. Again, he's only 7 months old, but he's showing all the good signs at the moment for being potentially a good search dog. But the next video clips you'll see, I want him to be less visual and more about using his nose. So he's going to be held back. I'm going to go and hide the Kong, still a whole Kong, and he's going to have to be tasked to go and search for the Kong. It's going to be accessible for him to get. We're not bothered about indication at this stage. All we want him to do is use his nose, find the Kong. He can grab it, get it, and bring it back to me. Good lad. Good boy, Boris. Good boy, Boris. Good boy. Yeah. So I hope you found that video useful. It was just a 10-minute training session with Boris, but I hope it answers some of the questions that you've sent me, and I hope that it shows how I transition a dog from retrieving to going into search mode, if you like. All I was bothered about for that session was for the dog to be using his nose rather than his eyes and finding the Kong. I didn't want anything else out of that session. All I wanted to do was focus on the dog actually searching and using his nose. If you've got any more questions, feel free to send them to me by the usual methods on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube and Twitter, or by email on our website, and I'd be only too happy to answer them.